What's going on, everybody? Ben Beck here, host of this Wilhelm podcast, and welcome to another spoiler-free review. This time, I'm talking about a film that's been on my radar since it was announced a while ago, and I'm talking about Weapons, which is directed by Zach Krieger, the mind behind Barbarian. And I gotta tell you, I saw an advanced screening of this, and once again, he delivers a film that is as unsettling as it is really, truly captivating. Now, if you're going into this expecting a straightforward horror flick, you're actually going to be surprised. Weapons is a psychological, layered story, and it tells the story through multiple character perspectives, each one adding a kind of new wrinkle to the entire mystery of the story. It's kind of a little like solving a jigsaw puzzle in the dark, but it really in the best way. So let's talk about the cast for a minute. Julia Gardner once again proves why she is one of the most versatile actresses working today. Her performance is grounded, it's real, and it's just emotionally raw. There's a reason why she has been getting so many great roles, and this movie is just another prime example of that. Josh Brolin, he brings just that classic stoic energy we love for him in the roles that he chooses, but adds just enough ambiguity to keep you guessing. And then all the rest of the entire cast, there's Amy Madigan, who might be, quite honestly, the secret weapon, no pun intended, of the entire movie. She doesn't have the most screen time compared to the Josh Brolin or Julia Garner, but the presence that she brings, it's just absolutely chilling. I won't spoil anything for you. As I say, these reviews are spoil-free, but her role adds just a whole other layer of unease to this film. The storytelling of everything is really what drew me in. The use of multiple perspectives doesn't just serve the plot really well. It really elevates it. It forces you, as the audience, to question everything you think you know about what's going on. You're constantly shifting your viewpoint, and that uncertainty makes the payoff so much more satisfying, but not just satisfying, unsettling, which is what I love about these kind of movies. Now, I do have to be a little honest. I always try to find the best in every movie, and I hate criticizing movies if I have to. And, after my first initial rewatch of this movie, I was all ready to just slap a 9 out of 10 on the movie. But there's a reason why I do a first reaction and then I write the full review, because when a movie sits with you for a little while, oftentimes you can kind of feel or remember some things about the movie that kind of make you realize, okay, there's some things I can nitpick here. And that's exactly what happened with this movie. But I don't want you to take away in that it ruined the movie for me. After sitting with the movie for a while, I'm dialing the review back slightly from a 9 to an 8. And, questioning why. Some of the side characters in the movie felt a bit underdeveloped. They're all interesting. Don't get me wrong. All the side characters are interesting. They add to the story, but narratively speaking, they didn't all feel essential to the movie. There's a couple characters that in my opinion, you could have pulled them out of this movie and still gotten the same effect of the story while shortening the runtime of the movie. I don't mind that the movie runs just a little over 2 hours, because it really doesn't feel like 2 hours, but you probably could have gotten a little bit more cohesive of a story if you pulled these side characters out. You'll get what I mean when you see the film for yourself. But there's a couple side characters to me that they didn't feel essential at all. You kind of get that sense that they could have been cut and they wouldn't have impacted the story in any major way. That being said, it's still an incredibly strong film and one I highly, absolutely recommend. If you were a fan of Barbarian or you're into elevated horror that's more psychological than slasher, this is definitely a movie for you. It's creepy. It's hella clever, and it'll have you thinking really long after the movie's over. There's going to be a lot that's going to sit with you after you leave the theater or after you finish watching this at home, which, let me tell you, as I do all the time, go to the theaters to see these movies. Support the theater. We don't want movie theaters going away. Go to the theater. This film was shot for IMAX. If you can, go and see it on IMAX and get the really full experience of this. But if you can't see it on IMAX, go to the theaters and see it. So, is Weapons worth your time? 100%. Yes. Absolutely. If you're a fan of the genre, if you're a fan of elevated horror, as I mentioned, Weapons is absolutely worth your time. Once again, all of this said, directed by Zach Kreger. It hits theaters this coming Friday, August 8th. Final score from me is an 8 out of 10. It's definitely worth seeing. Thanks as always to Allied Global Marketing and the team at Warner Brothers for the opportunity to check out this film in advance. And don't forget, you can catch this and all my other spoiler-free reviews by subscribing to Wilhelm on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also visit my site at welcometowilhelm.com for interviews, written reviews, so much more. Wilhelm's headed to New York Comic Con later this year, which I'm incredibly excited about. It's going to be my first time for that. Not to mention, we're on the road with Altered Reality, which is the convention circuit that I work with. We've got Colorado Springs Comic-Con coming up relatively soon, followed by Terracon in Massachusetts later on in September, and then the big daddy of them all, Rhode Island Comic-Con in November, the biggest show in the smallest state. Our guest lineup for Rhode Island is absolutely bananas, and I can't wait to go work with the incredible team at Altered Reality again, and my programming partner Jay, as we put on all the amazing panels that are there, which I'll be on stage for a number of them. You'll get to hear the audio of all of those right here on the podcast shortly after the panels happen, and as well as panels from Colorado Springs and Terracon, all the coverage from New York Comic Con that I'll get, and I'm already booking guests for the new season of Wilhelm as well. I'm going to keep them under wraps until we actually record. I've made too much of a habit of announcing guests ahead of time, and then something falls through and they never happen, and I feel really bad that I announced this guest. So until guests are recorded, I'm not going to announce them, but I want to make sure. So again, like and subscribe, follow Wilhelm, visit the website, tell your friends about the podcast, and until next time, keep watching, and I'll see you at the movies.